What up? I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but you read the title. I mean, does it ever get any better? Maybe it does, but it's very little, it's very minute. It's a minuscule of an effort, of a progress. Barely scratch the surface, there's still people in despair, still people suffering, still people struggling. Still trying to make ends meet. Still trying to apply for the J word that rhymes with rob. Yeah, that's literally what it's doing. That's literally what it does. A job robs you. Oh crap, I said the J word. My mistake. Actually, I don't give a crap. I'm just gonna say it, to avoid confusion. But yeah, even though I don't have the J word right now. I'm just kidding. I don't have a job right now. I'm still in university. But once I graduate, I'm gonna have to apply for that job. But even in university, I still feel hopeless, just like the title. And it's not your fault, it's not my fault, it's not our fault. We try to do what we can. We put in so much effort. We work and operate and move tirelessly. Even when we don't want to, but we still kick ourselves up, if that made sense. We kick ourselves up to progress through life, to just advance in any way possible. Now, why did we come into this life just to suffer? Why are we still here just to suffer, just like the meme? It doesn't make sense. It's just stupid. It's just senseless. It's just idiotic. Life is already difficult, and then there's humans. I'm not saying each and every human being is evil and cruel, but those that did it to us, they should pay. Really, they should pay for what they've done to us. The universe should pay. You know, this fucking evil god should pay. Stupidity at its finest. But you try and find your copes, your fixes, your outlets to try and prevail, even though it sucks. But don't let it hold you down, don't let it bog you down. I'm not letting it gonna bog me down. Because two of some of the most important things that I prioritize in life is my health and enjoyment. And I might as well mention the other two, freedom and independence. Like one of my videos, Martyr of Freedom. Don't let it bog you down. Don't let it put you down, anchor you down, cinder block you down. You know your rights as citizens of planet Earth, as citizens of your country. Do what makes you happy. Get out there, travel around countrywide, nationwide. If you can, travel around to different countries. Do with what you have, do with what you can. Seek enjoyment. You can start doing some new things that you've never done before. Maybe planting. Watch your little plants grow. Or maybe you're not the type to plant, garden, don't have a green thumb, maybe a sore thumb. I'm just kidding. Maybe you can play games, but even then playing games gets boring. Maybe you can express your emotions like I am right now, vlogging, or just videoing, recording, putting your voice out there as a video diary kind of thing. It's an outlet to vent. Even if you don't have interesting topics to talk about like I do, it can be an outlet for you to rant and put your feelings, your deep suppressed, repressed feelings on here. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. The feeling of not fitting in, the feeling of being a scapegoat, black sheep, outcast. Always tolerated, not just by people in public, in society, even in your family. And that's what fucking sucks. At the very least, if you have family, yeah, you have that. But no, even families can be nitpicky and judgmental and selective. Whenever they want to be that, they be. Otherwise, they'll just kick you to the curb or something. And then if they can't hold it in anymore, they'll just kick you out. And then I see countries like the United States, the homelessness is absolutely mind-blowing, and I feel real bad, even though I'm not an American. I'm from another country, far from America, but I just look and I feel real bad for y'all. It's dumb. It's really dumb and stupid. The governments and those higher ups have so much money they can't even spend a single cent, single penny to get you all a house, get you all a homestay, a shelter, or at least a public shelter where all can gather, then rent, and they can sleep. You can seek warmth, seek shelter, get some nice, warm, nice food. And one thing that irks me about shops and restaurants is when they have leftovers, they throw it. Instead of keeping it in a container, and then the next day someone else comes and collect, and then they reheat it and give it back to the community. Some shops do, but if no one wants it, they just discard it. Such a waste. In my first job before I started this freaking university, yeah, that's what they did. You can't keep the food. That's why I had to, there were, during the first few months when I was still relatively new, I spent my money buying food, buying the leftovers because I couldn't see them go to waste. And after that, I just had enough and I don't want to overspend my money like that. And then it's so sad to see them being thrown out and wasted. To this day, have they changed? Nope, sadly no. But they have managed, and they have adjusted, controlled the amount of stuff that they cook so it won't be wasted. Minimal wastage. But wastage is wastage regardless. I don't care how much you cook, how little you cook, as long as there's any ounce of food being discarded, water as well, beverage, is still waste. What are you talking about? Unless you're completely dumb, then it's no surprise. And then I think it's like my fourth job. My second job I worked a short while, actually just less than a week I think, yeah. And then the third job I worked there for 1 month plus, and then I quit. Then my fourth job right before I started university. At least the food, they were willing to give it for free, the leftovers, when it's closing. But sometimes nobody wanted because they are like bored of it and stuff, and then it's discarded. I brought some back, but sometimes I brought everything back, but sometimes I'm also bored and all that, so it's just discarded. And sometimes other co-workers bring it back too. But yeah, it's just depressing to see it being wasted. Why can't shops and restaurants do that, Keep it in containers and then return it back to the community. There's countless of people that are starving. But they had to rummage through the garbage that rhymed and find all these leftovers. And who knows how much filthy diseases and bacteria and whatnot is loitering and festering on those wasted, discarded food items. And then who knows how much gut bacteria, liver bacteria, intestine bacteria is festering in their organs, their entrails. They should take medication if they can afford, take medication, painkillers, painkillers, sorry, unless it actually helps. Antibiotics, all those medication to destroy those bacteria and diseases, E. coli, salmonellas, whatever. But yeah, I'm just feeling hopeless, having to keep up with life that I did not even ask for, did not even vouch for, did not even vote for, did not even sign up for, like a Ralphie May, did not even receive a Gmail in my Gmail account. What am I saying? Did not receive an email in my Gmail account saying that, are you willing to sign up for this? Are you willing to subscribe for this and all that, One of the funniest comedians of all time. Ralphie May. Yeah. And I'm sure all y'all also did not sign up for this, did not receive an email in your Gmail that rhymed. And then somehow you just thrusted and plummeted. You're just popped out into this existence. And our mothers gave us a birthday on a set date, a set time. Like myself, I was born in the evening. That's why I love the evenings. I love mornings. I'm starting to love mornings too. Early to bed, early to rise. Even though I still sleep late as heck. And then sometimes I just wake up, which is unhealthy. But I don't really care. I'm pretty much numb. I mean, that's how most of us are, right? When we work. I mean, for me, soon I'm gonna work. You barely have enough sleep, and then you still have to get up for work. And sometimes you think you have enough sleep, but then work stresses you out, gives you anxiety, and keeps you up. It doesn't give you a quality sleep, and it bothers you. So, regardless of how long you sleep, you are not really sleeping. You're like lucid dreaming or half awake and all that. Even worse, knock on wood, if you experience sleep paralysis. Even those entities wanna bother you. Not just like, fuck off, I already have enough problems. Out of my face. But yeah, I think I've rambled long enough, feeling hopeless. Just go to your outlets, cope, and whatnot, this stupidity. These things will not stay and cannot stay. It cannot be like this for so long. It has to change. Something's gotta give. Something has to give, There is no way. Because as the saying goes, nothing lasts forever. Change is constant. So, all these BS should change, and it will change. It's only a matter of time. Other than that, be you, do you. Signing out now. Adios.